So yeah, peace and greetings. It's Osunfemi, Wanbi, and Njeri with All in the Cards. Wanted to go live this time on Instagram as I record for YouTube and podcast situations and all things, right? Just to have it there. Yeah, let's just see how it flows. This week, this week's energy is a Five of Clubs. And today is a Five of Clubs, right? So we're getting to experience Five of Clubs energy on our own soul level, on our own card level, in one day, but also in 1 week. So we're in a microcosm of the macrocosm, however you say them cosms, right? We're experiencing it in one day, and it'll extend all the way into Sunday, which is May 5th. And that combined energy, the combined energy of the Five of Clubs. So the Five of Clubs plus the Five of Clubs is the Ten of Diamonds, which is an ancestor energy. And that's the card additive that I'm going to be sharing from uh, this week with y'all in under 30 minutes or less. So we got to get hop on into it. Um, yes. So the Five of Clubs energy in a nutshell, in a brief summation, is there's so many things now that I'm looking at the spread. So many things, so many jewels to pull out. But it's the exploration of your mind, of possibility. It is that exploration. It is the adventure, the journey, and all those tidbits and lessons that you pick up while you're in the midst of, right? It is sharing messages that really need to be shared, sometimes in a crass way, sorts. Um, but very free spirited, very much. This is also a disruptor energy. And on the United States spread, which we talked about last week, and I'm going to be combining the yearly and the United States spread, the Four of Clubs and the Five of Clubs sit right next to each other. So it's pretty much the same spread. But for the mercurial energy, this is for the communication, the thoughts, the mental capacity, the mental ability, um, the banter, the close relationships, the siblings, all those things that your neighbors, all those things that are right there, right, are encompassed in Mercury, your children as well. Um, and then, of course, if you are a Gemini or a Virgo, this energy is what's being highlighted for you this week, which is a Three of Diamonds, right? As well as the Queen of Spades on the United States spread. So the Three of Diamonds is, I just thought of a few Three of Diamonds, but very, very intuitive, very, very powerful. But simply put, right, it's an expansion of your values. The things that you find valuable, how can you expand them? How can you grow them? How can you diversify in those things? And sometimes it may be a journey of robbing Peter to pay Paul, but it's more so the creativity and the fluidity that we're being called to embody in our communications, and for those who are Geminis and Virgos, right? So be creative, in the values that you already have set, especially the ones that were kind of ingrained um, over these last couple of weeks, but more so the Four Clubs week last week and this new moon in Taurus. It's like, what are those values? And now, based on that, how can I create? How can I um, build more? Right? The Queen of Spades aspect of this is asking again that mercurial energy, Gemini's, Virgos, communication, your mind to go in a bit of a cocoon, go in a bit of a deep dive, a search of self to really find out where those jewels and where those gems and where those diamonds are for you, and begin to create from that realm. Oh, gratitude to you as well. Thanks for being here. Um, yeah, so if those values are not apparent, Gemini, sometimes we little surface stuff, things can be surface, but it's wanting us to do a deeper dive. What is valuable? What did we gather from that new moon in Taurus? Because it was deep, and manifest from that space. On the United States spread, the Three of Diamonds is here challenging the Queen of Spades as well. So yeah, it's time to get deeply creative, ancestrally creative, with the tools that we've been given. I'm gonna pull from this ancestor deck, um, like I said, because the Five of Clubs plus the Five of Clubs equals, ooh, the Ten of Diamonds. Um, which is a part of the ancestors. I'm gonna go with this last card, the card that actually fell here on this little table. And turned up. And then I'm gonna go with the first card. I'm not gonna take all of them. But this card is Root of Earth, Inspired Action, which is basically what I was just talking about. Let me show y'all here. Let's see. Lighten that color up, and then I'm gonna show y'all here. Root of Earth. So that Earth is that diamond energy as well, right? This particular energy, I think this is like the ace of diamonds actually. But it's speaking about inspired action, which is giving this whole Taurus moon energy that I was just talking about with this earth that's here at the bottom of him, at the bottom of his body, the flowers, the growth, and it's spiraling all up into his hands and to his head. And yeah, it's beautiful like that. Get creative. That moon was powerful. That moon was very powerful. The next card is, oh wow, okay, this was in my prayer. This rising is Father of Air, leadership. Father of Air, leadership. That's a big one, especially with that Queen of Spades energy. And Three of Diamonds are definitely leaders. Absolutely. A lot of powerful Three of Diamonds that are a little bit infamous right now. I won't say all their names, but I've been saying them for quite a while. But they are definitely leaders and pioneers their in their crafts and the things that they do, right? So that's for the mercurial energy, the Geminis, the Virgos, and how we communicate. Communicate from inspired action and leadership. You know, don't how do you lead? You know, going back into that Queen of Spade, um, deep dive, figuring out how you do lead, what's necessary. Is it the critique, the criticism, um, an emotional lead, a sympathetic, empathetic type of how do you lead, right? All right. I got a limited amount of time, so I'm gonna have to just keep flowing with it. But for Venus, Venus, which is ruling Tauruses and Libras, as well as our lifestyles, the things that we value, design, decor, um, and not just the things we value, but how we value ourselves, um, what holds value in our life. And for this card, for this energy, we have the Ace of Spades and the Ace of Diamonds. So there's some new energy here, some fresh energy here for Libras and Tauruses, but as well as the things that we value, which completely makes sense, again, based off that Taurus new moon. We're finding new things. We're in a discovery mode. This is a discovery mode. The Ace of Spades is going to intrigue you. It's a little mysterious. It's things that are going to catch your eye and you don't know why. You know, that are going to grab hold of your spirit, because the spades are spiritual, and again get you to do a deeper dive, and they'll just reveal themselves to you as well, right? Oh, these are the two cards for the Mercury energy: love overflowing and radical truth. Okay, I'm gonna try to put those down too. Um, but yeah, there's some mysterious energy and some questions that you may have that are going to be revealed to you this week. So definitely pay attention, and it's going to be tied into the things that you feel most ambitious about. You may feel like you want to start something new, but it's like, in what direction? And is it something new, or is it just something that you're propositioning a new way? Right? You're uncovering and discovering it in a new way. Those things will be shared with you this week in terms of Venus, in terms of how you live your life, in terms of, thank you. Ooh, okay. So, Taurus in Libras. The first card. Wow, this one is beautiful. The first card is the unknown, which is very much what I just shared about the Ace of Spades. It's the power of the unknown, but the Ace of Spades is going to reveal very slowly. It's going to give you all the answers that you need at that moment, or need just period. It's the unknown, the unknown, and then the word under it is enigma. And as you can see, they're like pouring into this one particular vessel. It's given dripped in gold, and it's number 44. She has this whole universe that she's holding, but she's also being poured into. Her eyes are closed, so it is an unknown energy, an unknown force, but the mothers are here pouring in. She's holding the world, the ocean. Very, very much Taurus-like energy. And the second card is, okay, we have 44, and this one is 22. Altar of Fire, and it's good juju. I'm not going to read the descriptions of these cards, but I am going to show them to you. Altar of Fire, good juju. This is kind of like an ace of would it be wands? Ace of Wands energy. A lot of ace energy here for Taurus and Libras. And the valuables, the lifestyle. New things are brewing this week. Have discernment, boundaries. Saturn is here. The Seven of Hearts is here. Yeah, new opportunities are on the horizon. So give thanks for that. Moving right along, the Mars energy for this week, the action. the actionable steps, the fire, the courage, the work, the ambition, all those types of things, and also embodying uh, Aries and Scorpios, right? Aries and Scorpios, y'all have the Seven of Hearts and the Jack of Spades, which are actually transformation cards to each other. This is a transformative week for Aries and Scorpios. Wow. Um, y'all are doing some writing this week. This is like taking y'all up to the next level. This is a level of expertise that uh, the cards or spirit or the most high or your soul, your higher self is calling you to step into and embody this energy of your expertise. Like declare yourself that you are that. And or spirit wants you to rise to that occasion. You know, there may be some things that you need to grab from some folks, you know, to mix and mingle with some of the right people, but this is a new level for y'all, Aries and Scorpios. It's time to step up. Um, man, these two cards keep flying out, flying out, flying out, flying out. All right, this energy has been showing itself to me for the last week and a half or so. The twins, conscious connections, the twins for Aries and Scorpios. And I kind of just said that too, in alignment with um there are gonna be some people who you may want to grab a little tidbit of this and that to add to your expertise bag, you know, twin alignment. Things like that are aligning for y'all this week, Aries and Scorpios. And then you have Creature of Fire, choose freedom, which is very much Aries and Scorpio. Y'all are definitely creatures of fire, even though Scorpio is water, but y'all bring that energy as well. Choose freedom. This energy is I'm gonna show it more closely. You can see it's like a woman creature. It's like authenticity. Choose yourself, choose freedom. Be who you really want to be. That's the expert. Y'all are some experts. Y'all have the fire behind you and the conscious connections to reflect back to you who y'all truly are. So keep that in mind, Aries and Scorpios, and of course also for everybody else in the work that you're doing this week, there are conscious reflections and opportunities for freedom, right? All right, for the Jupiter card this week is the Seven of Diamonds and the Six of Spades. Ooh, that is deep. And this is for Sagittarius. This is Jupiter is about wisdom. It's about abundance. It is about the most, doing the most, or being too much. Or too much is never too much. You know, it's never enough. Never too much, never too much. Anyway, um, the seven of diamonds is offering us this opportunity, also of some mirroring energy as well. Um, again, to rise to the occasion, the ability to embody things that are valuable here in this mundane world and energy, and also in the spiritual realm, and connect the two. Um, and how you do that is also a reflection now. So for Sagittarius is and those seeking wisdom, or the teachers, or the wisdom seekers and teachers, um, it is the deep wealth that you have for yourself, you know, um, that's based in your spiritual connections and your worldly and mundane connections, right? It's also offering this mirror as well. And the six of spades is like, is grounding it in karmic energy and fate. And again, the mirror. Um, that's actually, no, they're not transformation cards to each other, but very, very close, those two. Um, so the seven of diamonds is like, what is it worth? You know, what is it worth to you? Um, and the six of spades is that action, that reflection, that immediate reflection. Like if it's worth $20, okay, boom, $20. That's what's gonna pop up. That's what's gonna show up. You know, so be mindful of what it is that you're valuing, and where do these values stem from? Do they stem from a lack consciousness or from a um, wealth consciousness? And that is also a reflection of your spiritual connection here in this realm. All right. The ancestor card for the Jupiter Sagittarius energy. Not wanting to pop out, but not really. All right. This is like a deep dive of wisdom. I could just pick from the top. I'm gonna take that one. Ooh, okay. This is beautiful. Father of water. This is like the King of Cups or the King of Hearts. Balance and harmony. Balance and harmony. Hopefully y'all can see that. I'm gonna show that to y'all up there too. Balance and harmony. He has a whole kingdom on the water. His children beside him. Um, fully suited and booted as a king, you know. But it also deals with the emotional balance and capacity, and again, this energy of leadership that is bringing forth this emotion, but to direct and to stabilize, um, to balance and harmonize. So that is the added card for Jupiter energy, the Sagittarius energy this week, in this Five of Clubs week. Saturn. The Saturn card is the Five of Spades and the Nine of Hearts. And Saturn is governing, governing governance, right? It's the elders, the ancestors. It is it's tradition, traditional values, traditional things, government, governance, and things of the sort like that. It is also ruling the Capricorn energy. And the Five of Spades is bringing the change. And Saturn is slow, but the Five of Spades is fast, and unexpected, um, but coming with great purpose, sometimes very destructive. I wouldn't be surprised if the Tower card came out for Capricorns this week. But as things are erupting and shaking and breaking open, the Nine of Hearts is calling forth us to this particular energy to make a wish, like really align with your heart mission, right? Your heart's purpose, your heart's alignment. Like, do that thing. That's why everything is kind of breaking open at this moment for Capricorns, or where your Capricorn placements are. But also for all of us in terms of the ancestral messages, our careers, the elders, the government, all the things I mentioned, right? What are our real desires? What do we really want to come true? Thank you. Ooh, it's calling on us to be the chiefess. All right, strength will be tested this week for Capricorn energies and all things Saturn. Beautiful woman with the lion. Strength tested. All right, moving right along. For Uranus. Uranus, the Uranus card is the Jack of Hearts, and we have the Three of Clubs. Um, and Uranus is in cardology governing Aquarius and Leos. Y'all have the Jack of Hearts, this energy of sacrifice and Christ consciousness and being the example. Okay, it's almost time for me to leave because I got things to handle. But this energy of Christ consciousness and sacrifice and embodying leadership by example, right? And the Three of Clubs is um, very creative energy, very thought-provoking energy, mentally creative, writing books, writing memoirs, journaling, all those types of things. And I gotta keep it brief for y'all, but the card energy that is coming out from this ancestral deck in terms of for Aquariuses and Leos in this Uranus energy. Hey, hey there. Um, is yeah, unexpected moments of sacrifice and transition. Ooh, okay. Two cards popped out. The one that turned over though is the griot or the griot. Bliss, and it's the sun card, and it's so beautiful. So beautiful. The sun, and that definitely reminds me of the Christ card, right? The Jack of Hearts, where they say the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, but it really should be the mother, the Father, the mother, the Son, the mother, the Father, the Son, right? So it's also bringing this energy of children as well, which is definitely encompassed in the Jack of Hearts energy, this energy of children and sacrifice and even reading to them, telling them stories with that Three of Clubs energy. So yeah. Other card is turned upside down. Creature of Earth is taking charge. Are you not taking charge since it was upside down? This is for who this for? Aquarius and Leos. Well, it's time to take charge. It's time. All right, Neptune, Pisces, spiritual connections, illusions, delusions, boundless, love, agape love, endless knowing, universal knowledge. We also have the universal knowledge card, which is the Nine of Clubs, the card of cardology, as well as the Seven of Clubs. So this is, yeah, very direct spiritual communication, um, whether it be with your ancestors, your angels, your guides, your elders. Um, New perspectives are coming in for you, Pisces. Like your world is kind of being opened up in a whole other new way. And it's going to be very beautiful. Uh it's going to force you to end some ways that you view things, and release, control. Y'all don't have this necessarily controlling energy, Pisces, but um the nine in particular is calling forth for that end, for that graduation, for new perspectives to be brought through. Okay, this is one of my favorite cards in this deck. The card y'all have is the Huntress, Soul Awakening. Soul awakening moments happening for Pisces and all things spirituality and expansion and boundless love. All right. I'm not going to go through the Pluto. Ooh, am I going to do Pluto? Yeah, kind of have to because that's for Scorpios too. All right, the Pluto card, the Nine of Spades and the Nine of Diamonds. More nine energy. Y'all are coming some deep, deep endings. Big, big endings. Huge endings this week. Huge graduations. So give yourself grace in that process, understanding in that process, congratulations to you, you know, the way you view things, the way you value things, all the nines, the relationships. uh, Okay, these are landing right on my hand. Um, yeah, the goddess circle, wheel of change. This is the wheel of change for Scorpios, but Pluto is also governing just transformation that's happening with everybody this week. The wheel of change, the wheel of fortune is turning. So new things are happening. And then we also have Boo Boo the Fool, possibilities and potential. Right? So as the wheel of change is turning, possibilities are and opportunities are arising. It's new potential. Step out on faith, you know? All right. I got to jump to the moon card and then I'm out. Got to go. The moon card for Cancers is the King of Diamonds and, oh, the Four of Spades. So this is like a Neptune connection for Cancers and all things emotional, motherhood, nurturing, um, things of that sort, right? So the King of Diamonds is leadership and values. And this is also like a very comforting home and space, right? You're going to spend money on your home this week if you want to be comfortable, right? I definitely threw this up so I could do my live, you know, and it was giving me a couple of problems, but I finally got it up there, so I'm not at the table, but this is kind of how I envision it. There's some things I want to add, but this is investing that time and taking those steps to have a comfortable home, possibly also investing some money into that. Is building your nurturing space. You know, what makes you feel most comfortable, what colors, what fabrics, what textures, all those kinds of things, right? For Cancers, and also just tapping into our emotions, um, and how we access our emotions this week. Thank you. Things may fall at your feet. Let's see. Yeah, that was upside down. Father of Earth. This is also the King of Diamonds. Generosity. Now, King of Diamonds can sometimes be a little stingy, but those are lower level King of Diamonds energy. My relationship with my home equals a King of Diamonds, which is also Father of Earth, King of Pentacle type of energy, right? So generosity for Cancers and your emotions, expressing yourself freely as you feel comfortable, not feeling restricted because of somebody else's perceptions or how they will perceive it. And then we also have Jumbi, total disruption. Wow. I think this is the Tower card. Card number 13. That's the last card for Cancers. Father of Earth, generosity, but also total disruption. And just like that last card, total disruption, I'm going to end this live because I have to go. I have to move on to the next part of my day, but I hope that this was informative and enjoyable for you. I hope you got some insights that you will take with you into this Five of Clubs week, which began April 28th, 2025, all the way to May 4th, 2025. Be well. This is all of the cards with Osunfemi, Wanbi, and Njeri.